Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, April 20th. We are looking at Window Traders market profile of the S&SPY. So the good news is we don't have any top 10 smallest ranges or lowest volumes, but they weren't good. That's number one. Number two, once again, with these small ranges and whatnot, the amount of, trying to think of a right word, for these traders. They're the most fragile things I've ever seen. Another gap lower, only the one time frame up. We had an attempt for a trend day up 3 times today, B, G, and H. Then we give that all back, and we go trend down in L and take that all back. Utterly fascinating. It truly is. We'll go through the charts. I'm going to call the daily down. It could certainly still be called balance on the daily if you want. If you're going to incorporate Friday's low as your balance low and have a 5-day balance. But for now, I think I'm going to call it down. I had a good day today. I made 15 points on the day. As far as the other ones, I'll tell you one thing. If we open inside of today's ranges, you're going to need your hard hats because there's nothing to lean on, right? We had a chance for gaps. We had a chance for trend up, trend down, wide pox, nothing. We have nothing. No afternoon rally highs. So you have the day's high and low in NQ. That's it. Same in righty. They only had an 8 wide. And the same for us. I don't count end period. So all we have is the date now. We've gapped. We gapped lower today. That was the 39th gap out of 79 trading days this year. That was the 16th downside gap. Only 2 have held 12.5% of the time. So downside gaps have only held 12.5%. Our trend day up failed. We've only held trend day ups 33.3, and our trend day down failed late. We only hold trend days down 26.3%. So even though we're getting constant gaps and attempts at single trend days, the majority are failing. That is simply the result of erratic, bipolar, schizophrenic, whatever you want to call them, algo and short-term day traders. Plain and simple. They have no loyalty and they change on a dime. I'm happy the way I've read the market the last 2 days. I missed a long in A today. I had a bid in at 45 on the opening, didn't get it. It would have been nice because we popped right back up. And the reason I did that was because the overnight was short. And once again, I thought we would front run the overnight low. Well, we did, but I didn't get it. That was very frustrating. I missed that. Believe it or not, same in B period on a pullback before we popped A's high. So I had the right idea in A and B. And guess what? Didn't get any trade. I had bids in, didn't get to where didn't get to me. C period finally got long. I got filled, and I made it when we popped the top above B's high to take out the IB high. In D period, I took a short to fill single prints because I didn't think they were going to hold. That worked out. Same thing in G. I didn't think we were going to have first. Actually, I broke. Oh, no, I did make in G. I broke even on one, and I made 2 points on one. I didn't think single prints would hold. So I made on the first lot. The second lot I did break even when they did hold. H period, I took a long because we had the single print, and I thought we would get the overnight high. This is what's fascinating. We missed the overnight. We didn't front run the overnight low by that close today, but we got close enough. Then we go up to the overnight high. Now, again, I look at it differently. I use my overnights from 4 o'clock on and end period. But I know traditionalists will use 73.50 as the overnight high in ES. Well, we got up today. Our high in ES is 71.75. It's amazing we didn't get it. And I held along there for a while. And then when I was like, you know what? We're not getting, even if we get it, I don't care because I don't think the trend day is going to hold. So I took it off for 2 points. And boy, was that right. Because then finally we filled single prints in H. And then J came down and filled those. Now here's a trade I should have taken. We stopped the one-time framing. We filled single prints and we got below the 144. Now, we had lower value all day. I wasn't sure, is that all they're going to do? And now, because remember, this is what's so important and what I try to stress to my room. We hadn't gotten either overnight yet. So it's easy to look at the day and see what happened, but just picture in your mind J period trading right around where my cursor is, okay? We're straddling now back and forth through the 144 at this level. So now in my mind, I'm like, okay, is all they want to do fill the single prints, we get an afternoon pullback and go back up to get the overnight high finally, or if we get acceptance below the 144, then I would be very careful, because then if we do go down, the odds of not getting the overnight is slim. Only 3 times we haven't gotten the overnight this year out of 75 trading days. So you usually get it. So when we got below the 144 and popped back up, don't ask me why I didn't short it. I should have, but I didn't. And then you see the result. But I did short K for 7 points. I did short L for a couple of points. So I did get involved. I did see the day well, because you figured, eventually we were going to finally go get that overnight low. And that is critical when you miss these very visual points and have small ranges to go to the other side. So it was a good day, and we saw it very well. As far as destinations, and tomorrow's an expiration, by the way. So we have nothing but today's high and low. 413.70 is today's high in SPY. And today's, let me write it down. I didn't write down today's low. 410.27. 410.27 is today's low in SPY. In ES, 71.75 is the day's high, and 37 is the day's low. And then don't forget, right below that are the single prints from last Thursday. Remember when we ripped up? And then let's just quickly go on the chart. So again, here's the monthly. Monthly is in a 6-month balance. That's a pretty big balance for SPY. If you look at this chart from all the way back from 2011, I would have to really dig into it. Here's a decent balance that we really stayed in a balance for this long. So it should be pretty interesting when we come out of it. So right now we have balance on the monthly with 6 trading days to go in it. Weekly is still healthy. Okay, for now the weekly is still healthy. Last week's low is 406. We're still above it by almost $6. And then the daily, this is what I'm talking about. Here's Friday's low. I was using Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today as the balance, and I said we came out of it. We did hold Friday's low. So if you call it a 5-day balance, I have no problem with that. I am going to call it down for now. I'll make the buyers prove themselves and take out today's high to say, okay, we're going to go back to balance. So for now, I'm going to call it daily down. The 20 keeps creeping up. So again, I expect it to be higher tomorrow. So it'll be interesting if we do go and test it. Again, don't forget about that special, $75 for 3 months, $200 for the year, payable through Venmo or PayPal. Email me for details, paul@camelbacktrading.org. Really appreciate you liking and subscribing to this YouTube channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.